I didn't have any look about me. I had a terrible haircut. I looked like a teenage boy. I didn't have any facial hair. I didn't have a muscle in sight. Putting on the mask gave me a whole new lease on life. The mask is incredibly important to my career. I don't think I would have had the career I've had without it.
Introducing first the team of Kid Lykos, Chris Brooks, CCK! This is the prelude to the one, the only sick fucking tag move.
2016 I started teaming with Chris Brooks as CCK, which is the Calamari Catch Kings. Since then I got to do a lot of major things because of wearing the mask. I got to be a part of the first Progress Alexandra Palace show. First time I went to Japan is off the back of the work I'd done in this mask and in that team with Chris. The story began at Progress's Super Strong Star 16 tournament. The World Championship at the time was held by Spike Trivet. He was the most hated man in British wrestling at that point. He was despised by the audience. He'd vanquished their previous hero. They needed someone who would contend with that, and I was the perfect underdog for that story. So we began that. We built to the first match where I challenged him for the championship. He had worked on my commonly known injury of my shoulder, and we built to this big crescendo.
Looking for AG's revenge! Hit it!
Come on, cover him, cover him!
Pin him! Oh!
Trevay, took the mask!
He put the mask on!
Trevay stole his
Are you
mask!
kidding
Here's
me?
your winner, and still Progress Wrestling Men's World Champion.
Back with Kid Lykos' mask.
Like a damn trophy!
That is disgusting. He holds the mask.
I requested a no disqualification match. He then leveled it up from just the elements of being able to use weapons to making it a bet match, a lucha de apuestas, which is a Mexican tradition for masked wrestlers. So a bet fight where he put the title on the line and I put my mask on the line at his request. The match itself is quite violent.
Trevay moves out the way! Oh! Lemon juice.
The result of that match is that I lost my mask to Spike Trivet. Losing the mask was one of the worst and weirdest things I've ever had to go through. That was a sad moment for the audience, because there's people in that audience who'd invested in me for like 7-8 years who now felt like a part of the thing they loved had died. As is tradition with those matches, you have to disclose your real name, age, etc. So, for the record, my name's Ethan Beach. I'm from the northwest of England. I'm 27 years old. It was a really weird time to then go from something I'd spent 10 years doing to everything being on display and the anonymity it brought being gone. So it took like 6-7 months to get comfortable with it, and only now is it starting to feel a bit more normal, and I'm not catching myself like going to put my mask on and then realizing I don't have to put it on. I'm finally a bit like at ease with it in that sense. One thing that was helpful at the time was the reassuring comments from people on social media within the industry, like my peers. For example, like I put a picture out and AEW, which is WWE's direct competitor on international TV, as a company. Their champion at the time, Swerve Strickland, commented on it saying it was a good look, it was the right thing to do. Pro wrestling in the UK, again, like I said, didn't have many mass characters, and I'd reached that high point, and there was a character that people loved and were invested in. I looked at the scene, and there was a wrestler wrestling as Joe Nelson at the time that we all liked, but we knew with his look, because he was a 16-year-old boy, he was never going to progress further at that point without a change happening or a new character coming to fruition. So I bought him his first mask, and we gave him the idea of Lykos 2. I would just like to achieve progression in the future. I want to continue to learn and get better as a performer. I'd like to go back to Japan, and on a more personal level than a professional level, I'd like to make sure Lykos 2 goes there too. To get him there would be something incredibly special and personally more rewarding than any wrestling thing can be. I've also been taking steps to try and possibly progress to being a TV wrestler, a TV superstar. I want to progress, that's the main thing. I want to become a better performer. In mask or no mask, I'm still Kid Lykos, and I'm still going to take this forward and be the wrestler I can be and be the character that Kid Lykos is.